Hey guys, Stock Series episode 68. Get free share on Trading212 if you're in the EU. Heard they're sort of onboarding more users, so use my link down below. Good week this week, up about 7,000 overall. So a lot of people will probably be doing better than me in this last week or two. But then I sort of underperform. Or don't lose quite as much in some of the big drops, being more diversified. So, yeah, that's just something you get with a sort of more diversified portfolio. So on the ISAs, I've had a little bit of a change in heart. Sort of thought bullish on crypto, and the miners don't seem to have followed the price quite yet. So I thought I'd get rid of Barrick Gold and Fresnillo. Not any sort of less bullish on gold than I was, but just think for a sort of short-term move, thinking the crypto miners might be a little bit better. So I bought Hive Blockchain, which sort of Canadian miner that do Bitcoin and Ethereum. Not a lot of the miners do Ethereum, so thought go with that. Seems quite good valuation. They hold quite a lot rather than selling, so that should do well in the rise. And bought some more Argo blockchain in here, so pushing sort of 10,000 shares between here and Trading212 now. But they just haven't moved. Expecting sort of good things. I mean, Bitcoin's practically at all-time highs now, sort of couple of 2,000 or 3,000 off all-time highs, and the Argo all-time high was about £3. So expect we're going to be moving before long. Top up and be patient. So yeah, this overall's up about £2,000, so not too bad. And over to Trading212, the ISA up about £2,300. Majority of stuff is up really. The ARCPI hasn't moved, but yeah, the REIT's doing pretty well. 2.7 on American Tower. As I say, Argo blockchain hasn't really moved. Bitcoin ETP does obviously just follow physical Bitcoin, so that's up 9% on the week. Should be good. ETFs next Monday, it looks like, or next week at least. Looks like they're getting approved after all. So should be good for Bitcoin. Sentiment having a pretty good week, as I say. Gold and silver miners, Digital Realty nearly 5%. First Majestic, silver hasn't even sort of moved all that much, and First Majestic's had a little bit of a run. So obviously I was sort of pushing 200% nearly, I think, on this at one point. So be good to get back towards that. Polymetal moved a little, still down 12% though. Stag had a pretty good week, 5%. Sylvania Platinum has started to move, 13.5%. So it's what you get out of sort of very small cap stocks. I think rhodium has started to make a little move, probably has bottomed. So yeah, not too bad. The both Tritax is doing quite well, 6% and 4 on Eurobox, and Vici just under 3%. So pretty good week. And the invest account, so a little bit more of a mixed bag. So a lot of the US stocks, sort of normal 3M and that sort of thing, all sort of couple of percent mostly. Chinese tech doing quite well, 4%. ASOS down 14.5 though. So I think this is sort of inflation worries and supply chain issues sort of increasing their costs. Sort of very competitive market in online clothes. So maybe wondering whether they're customers will accept higher prices or whether they'll just have to sort of eat up this inflation. So it's dropped. Forward PE now sort of is in the high teens. So I still think that's pretty good. They're growing. They've got the sort of Top Shop and all those in the sort of American expansion. So yeah, I think should still do well. Should be topping up later in the year. What else we got? House builders have had a good week as well. 8% on Barrett. Some of the others are sort of slightly less of a move, but still doing well. eBay sort of pretty flat. FedEx, yeah, as I say, a lot of the sort of US mainstays, a couple of percent up. Glencore though, 10% nearly. So it's been having a really good month. It was sort of hovering up and down, going a little bit into profit and then coming back to my buy price. But then last month it's just started to go. So nice to have a miner sort of not focused on steel. Glencore basically copper and nickel amongst some other stuff, which I think both have a fairly bright future. So seems very cheap still. Not sure I'll top up just quite at these prices. Really want to see some more sort of earnings reports, and yeah, maybe it will still be good value even though it's up 25%. Only £1,200, so would like to make it a larger position ideally later in the year. Himax not fared quite so well, 5.7% down. Yeah, they haven't reported earnings yet, so not quite sure sort of what such a stark drop was, but yeah, do look fairly good value now. Probably be one I'll top up in the coming months. International paper down a little, not too much trouble there. ETF sort of slightly up, the big ones, and Global Clean Energy having quite a good week, but still down. Again, would like to top that up ideally. Wouldn't be one of the first ones though, because I've already got 5,000 in that. Europe had a fairly nice week for an ETF. Yeah, so Lennar 3.4%, not too bad. Lockheed 3%, Micron down again. So yeah, again, this would probably be one I'd be looking to top up. Thought it was good value a while ago, and it's just got better and better. Next year's sort of forecast earnings look really, really good. It's just whether you believe it. I think the market tends to sort of hate Micron for some reason. So yeah, might be one I'll carry on buying. Again, only sort of £1,500. Yeah, we'll see. Nintendo sort of fairly flat for the week. That one's waiting on November earnings, I think. Porsche, pretty good week for a lot of the car makers. 7% on them. Process, again, as I say, Chinese tech. Raytheon, pretty flat. Renault doing quite well, 5%. Rio Tinto, not too bad. Been a bit choppy recently. Shell just continues to do extremely well. So last sort of few months, yeah, gone from £13 to nearly £18. I sort of bought, yeah, average price about £11 or so. So sort of a little bit flat for a few months, but has then started to do well with the rising oil price. So we'll see. It's one of my biggest profits overall now. So Sony had quite a good week, 5%. Small cap ETF not doing too bad. Stellantis 3.5%. TSMC 4%, not too bad, but still down on that. Taylor Wimpey nearly 5%, as I say. House builders doing quite well. The sort of weekly, every now and then purchase from my salary. Bought another Tesla share, had some dividends, sort of 100 odd pound of dividends in there, and had £500 to invest. So just thought, well, price of a Tesla share, why not? So this was about sort of $805. I don't really have any sort of, there's a number of reasons I've been sort of looking at this. Haven't really got any sort of growth, you'll notice. Haven't got any of the fangs. Haven't even got S&P 500 tracker. So yeah, sort of been underperforming a little bit while that's been up over the last year. Kind of happy to have that. I'd rather have it in sort of a bit of sort of a value portfolio with the Bitcoin side. Don't really want growth one side and growth the other. But yeah, I just thought have a little bit of growth, bullish on the sector, obviously, with EVs. So yeah, like some of the other stuff they're doing. Don't think they're worth what they're worth, but a lot of people seem to be disagreeing with me, so might as well get on the run. 3 shares now, up 8%. Yeah, what else have we got? Fairly sort of flat ones. Vale not doing too bad. Video games slightly in the green. And yeah, Volkswagen, as I say, Porsche and Volkswagen both doing well. Both the same thing basically, but people liking Porsche a little bit better. Yeah, so that's portfolio for the week. So what was this? The invest account up about 2,500. So across the board gains. So yeah, leave your thoughts in the comments below, and like and subscribe. See you soon.